The Humane Society of West Michigan is getting ready to open its doors next week with some new restrictions. Plus, there are still adoption specials available for frontline workers. Joining us to talk about that and more is Executive Director Holly. Good morning, Holly. So great to see you.
Good morning. I sure miss you guys on Friday mornings.
I know you really were kind of like the highlight of our week. That was one way you kind of sent us off into the weekend. We loved having you. And so,
Oh, thanks.
yeah, absolutely. So you have a couple of dogs you need to feature this morning.
Yeah, we have Evelyn and Pearl. They absolutely adore each other, so they need to be
Aww.
adopted together. Pearl is the white dog, and she is about 4 years old. Evelyn is a little bit older. She's about 8. So they are the sweetest things, and they would probably like a pretty laid-back home. They're not super active. I mean, they like to play and stuff, but they're pretty low key as a whole. So we are, as you mentioned earlier, we're going to be reopening on June 1st, which is Monday, by appointment only. So, and we're, limited to the number of people that can be in the shelter at a time and all that good stuff. So we will be posting details on our website and social media later today for everybody, but sort of a move at least back to kind of normal.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've been thinking about you guys a lot, really. I mean, there have been so many changes, and it doesn't mean, the animal adoptions are still out there. I mean, you still get animals, right? So how have you guys been dealing with everything?
We've been doing virtual adoptions, which has actually been going really well. So people can fill out an adoption profile online, let us know who they're interested in, and then we set up a Zoom meet and greet. So if the animal's in foster with their foster family, or with a shelter worker, if the animal's still at the shelter, and then we have a no contact pickup process set up, and we can process paperwork, payment, and all that good stuff online. We will still continue to offer that even once we open next week by appointment. Some people, it's easier for them, and it makes them more comfortable than actually having to come in.
That is great. And just the way, and there are a lot of people that are still working too. So, as far as getting the time to step away for a second too. So that's great. Now, as far as speaking of people working, you have a deal for some frontline workers, active military, and veterans, right?
Yes. So for the month of June, Above Roofing is sponsoring $50 towards an adoption for any frontline worker, any veteran, and all active military personnel, which is super cool.
As you walk around the facility there, what kind of cute little faces do you see staring back at you? We have cats, kittens, dogs. What do you have right now?
The shelter is still fairly empty. Most of our animals are in foster homes, which they are loving, and our foster families are loving. We have lots of kittens that aren't quite big enough to go up for adoption yet. So the next probably 2 to 4 weeks, we'll be seeing kittens. We should be getting some puppies in the next week or two as well. So right now we have a few adult cats. We have some bunnies. I don't know if you saw, but we helped with, somebody had turned a bunch of domestic rabbits loose outside. And I think that was like a year ago, and so of course the numbers just exploded. So at last count, I think we had 27 or so bunnies that we took from that situation, and some of them have had babies. So we will have bunnies coming out our ears for quite some time.
Coming out of your bunny ears. And I'm understanding bunnies actually make really great pets, right?
They really do. Yeah, you can litter train them. A lot of people keep them loose in their house like cats. You need to watch them a little bit with chewing, like with electrical cords and stuff. But bunnies are really interactive, and they're pretty smart, and they're lots of fun.
So we want to encourage everybody to follow you guys on social media. You'll have all the updates. You're opening June 1st. You do have some restrictions, and you're going to spell all that out, I'm sure, on your Facebook page, etc.
Yes. Yep. Everybody's going to be required to wear masks. We're limited to 10 members of the public in the shelter at a time. So basically, the process will be, people will still fill out their adoption profile online, and then we will call them to set up an appointment if they want to come to the shelter.
Great. All right. Well, keep up the great work. We're going to get some wonderful animals, some much needed home situations. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend, Holly. We'll see you soon, hopefully.
Thank you. You too.